What was that?
Another
Is that
original.
on the list? Or is that something you and I are recording in the studio?
That's one I wrote a
That
long
was cool.
time ago. Yeah, wrote that one probably like 3 years ago or something.
So how you feeling about the singer in the band?
Jake the Snake Roberts, Birch Master.
Oh yeah.
I love him, man. I think he's got a great voice. It's like very distinct, you know. Like he's not just another singer. You know what I mean? Like he has a presence about him that stands out from other people.
He does. And one of the coolest things I like about him is the way he phrases certain notes and songs.
Yeah.
He'll take a song, like, you know, he'll just sing a song, like, you know, he'll sing a standard song, like how he does Shimmer.
Right.
And he'll put his like lyrical twist on it to make it his.
Right.
You know, it's like how a guitar player would play.
I feel
a song with it.
like he does that with every song, man. I
Does.
feel like he just like soaks it and saturates it in Jake. You know, he's and he's got a great ear. You know, like when we're playing and he hears something that's off, he's like, oh, you know, why don't you try doing this? And you know, he's got great suggestions. And
Yeah, that's really cool. It's like
I mean, the freaking guy showed up to the ship and was like half dead, and you would have never known it. You know, he's pulling over on the side of the road, freaking barfing a lung up, and he shows up to the gig, sweating like he ran fucking 20 miles, and you would have never known it. Like people were like, he was sick. He was sick. I was like, oh,
I forgot
man.
about him being sick.
Right.
At the end of the night, I was like gonna go over and give him a hug and everything. I'm like,
He was gone.
I don't know, man. He was sick. I ain't gonna get no germs from him.
Yeah, like people were like, wow, I can't believe he was sick. You know, he did a great job. And even in the pictures, man, you would have no inclination that he was under the weather, you know. And we got done playing. He's like, I'm out of here, man. I'm done. You know, I was like, you know. I even said to him, too, he came up to me. I was unloading your car. And I was like, you're just fucking around with us, right, with all these text messages? He's like, no, I'm really sick. I'm really sick. I'm like, are you, dude, can you do this? Like, are you going to make it? He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, just, you better have a garbage can up there for me.
How do you feel about Chris's bass playing?
I think it's dynamic. Because I've played with a lot of bass players that are pretty much just playing like bar chords, like, you know, just boring shit. And I feel like he lightens it, you know, he livens it up a lot. I think his backing vocals are great. You know, like when he sang Rebel Yell, he was hesitant about it and he sang it, and I was like, wow, you know, that sounded good.
And he, you know, when he wanted to do that originally, he was like, oh, you know, I don't know how good it's going to sound. And then when we had the practice recording and we heard it, and I was like, it sounds really good.
Definitely,
you know?
works. Yeah. I know he was apprehensive about it, but I'm glad that he, you know, continued with it. But I like his bass playing. I think he's super knowledgeable when it comes to electronics, and he's making our sound like he's making us sound 10 times better.
The fact that I can come into a practice and know, like, okay, you know, when I look over there and I look at that board, I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I know how to go in the channel, you know, whatever, and adjust my EQ or do like a little thing. But like when it comes to like the whole encompassment of like everything, it's all him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's the most exciting part about being in this project is that everybody has such a strength, and we all we all have our strengths, you know what I mean, and we all contribute to the band in our own special way, you know what I mean. And like I feel like Chris's strength is like backing vocals and all of our sound gear, you know what I mean. And like one of your strengths is you're the freaking amazing rhythm player, and you add leads whenever you can.
Thank you.
You can sing backing vocals, and you freaking, you know, the marketing, you know, taking care of like, you know, getting our name out there and showing people who we are, and getting gigs and stuff like that, and presenting to them who we are, a true version, an undistorted version of us. And you know, Jake's got his ear and his vocals, and Kyle's like,
I was gonna say, which leads us to the
Kyle's like a goddamn metronome.
our resident Mr. Animal Muppet.
Yeah.
There.
Kyle is
Kyle keeps things loose too, which is, I mean, sometimes we get a little bit too like grumpy with each other, and Kyle's back there. He's got that smirk on his face.
He'll break up the ice.
Yeah.
But he's a fucking drummer but he wants to be a guitar player so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, and he can play guitar well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've heard him play guitar and his sound clips and everything like that. And he's like one of the best drummers I ever played with. He's consistent. He throws the fills in where they need to be, and he adds his flavor to it too. You know what I mean? Like, and like you said, he keeps it loose. He doesn't have to be like, he's not a tight ass when it comes to like making the song sound exactly like the CD. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what's good about it too.
He plays things that allow me to lock into maybe a certain rhythm that I might think about playing it a little differently.
I agree.
Which is cool. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
Oh wow, I never thought about locking into a rhythm that way, or the way when him and I play together. We haven't played together in a long time, and then when we get together and play, it's almost like, you know, I mean, like for this situation, it was 9 years.
Wow.
Well, I mean, him and I played together, you know, just jamming, like, you know,
right,
Matt
but
and
not
stuff like that. But like as a full band
project.
He did stuff, and it was just like we just did it yesterday. It was like, oh, I remember when he used to play it like that, and you know, it's almost like it's like tying your shoes.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you just naturally are able
to
lock in with it.
We were playing the one night, and I looked at him, and I was like, yeah, I think it was like the second or third practice. I was like, dude, you're like the best drummer I ever played with. You know what I mean? Because he just made it so much easier for me to play guitar. Mm-hmm. You know, because you know, I'm always beating myself up. Like I think I'm less than a good guitar player. You know what I mean? But Kyle makes me a good guitar player because his freaking rhythm is just, his timing, everything. It just makes it so much easier for me.
But how do you feel? Like, what are the things that stand out to you that, like, personally and as a band, you think we can achieve together, or we are starting to achieve?
Well, I think 100% we could definitely achieve playing, you know, at least by the end of the month, Madison Square Garden. You know, we could headline Madison Square Garden, without doubt. I mean, it's fucking awesome with acoustics.
Mm-hmm.
No, but for real, I think we could. I think we could make a name for ourselves to where people want to get babysitters to come out and see us. You know what I mean? Like if they hear Bandcampers are playing, we're calling up the in-laws, calling up my parents, they're coming and watching the kids, and we're going out, we're going to have a good time because these guys bring it every time. Mm-hmm. You know, every time we've seen them, they've put on a good show. You know, they're professional. They got great song selection, and it applies to anyone that wants to show up there, whether they're 21 years old, whether they're 61 years old. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and the fact that we're doing this on acoustic, I've never personally seen a project where you had 2 acoustic guitars, electric bass, a full drum kit, and 3 to 4 vocals. You know? Like, we're doing rock songs on acoustics that seem to be like, that are translating so well, and I think they're translating that well because we have so many pieces contributing to it. Mm-hmm. Like, if you and I were to just sit there and do a 2-piece, we could pull it off, but I mean, we're really tightening up these tunes, and people were into it.
And that's what I think's different. How we're different than other bands out there. Like,
yeah,
we have a fuller sound.
Right.
You know, and
it's rounded. I mean, like we're hitting the full sonic range. You know what I mean? Because backing vocals, you guys are harmonizing. You and I are harmonizing with guitar parts. You know, the drums and Jake's distinct voice. Like I'm really excited about it.